So you're planning to start a YouTube channel with an iPhone or an Android phone. Coming up for you in this video is everything you need to get started right from the time you hit that record button to uploading your first video on your YouTube channel. Hey everyone, Saj here. Welcome to my channel where you'll find tips to help you create awesome content and entrepreneurship. So in this video, I'll discuss how you can create a YouTube video on your phone into 4 stages. So in the stage 1, you'll find basic tips and settings to get your phone ready to record. In stage 2, I'll be discussing the gears you can buy to assist in creating better videos. Stage 3, editing options. Finally, stage 4, uploading and getting your videos ready on the platform. Now, before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out any upcoming videos on the channel. I'll be creating a detailed version of all these stages in my upcoming videos as well. So the first decision you'll have to make when you're going to be using a phone to record YouTube videos is whether to use a front camera or a rear camera, which is your primary camera. Now, there are a lot of pros and cons of each. The first one is if you're using a selfie camera, which is a first camera, the quality is not as good as the rear camera. However, but you are able to actually see yourself while you're recording, so you know the exact position you are, whether it's recording all okay, etc. However, I would really recommend that you actually use the rear camera, which is the main camera, so that the quality of the video that you create is much more crispier. Now, as you might have seen, that this particular channel is exclusively shot on an iPhone, so I'm not using any kind of DSLR or any form of cameras. This channel would be exclusively shot on this on any upcoming videos as well, because my aim here on Filmic is to provide you the resources how you can get started with your phone as well. So when I was trying to record this with the rear camera, the biggest issue was I wasn't able to see myself, so I wouldn't know if the video is being recorded all okay. And after a lot of research, I found several softwares and tested them as well. So the two softwares that actually allow you to mirror your live recording on an iPad or a PC or a Mac is called Reflector and Filmic Pro, and I'll be doing a detailed version of both of these, comparing each one of them so you can make a better decision which one suits you better. So these softwares really make it easy for you to record because you can see yourself if everything is being recorded as planned. Another very important point and a common mistake that a new content creator makes, especially when they are actually filming on a selfie mode, is they actually look at the screen just like I'm looking at right now, even though it's a rear of the screen, but they don't actually look at the lens. It's very important to look at the lens directly so that you can actually connect with the audience. It actually feels like you're talking to them rather than looking at the screen and not the lens. Secondly, you also have to remember some of the basic stuff as well, like putting your phone in an airplane mode, because if you forget that and if a calls come through, your recording might get cut. Along with that, you also have to make sure that you clean your lens before every record so that your video is crisp and clear and there's no greasy finger marks on the camera. Another very important tips, especially if you do videos like TikToks, etc. For the YouTube videos, you have to shoot it horizontally and not vertically, because if you shoot your videos vertically, then once you have uploaded your video, it would look something like this. So make sure it's in the horizontal mode before you hit that record button, otherwise it's going to record in that vertical mode and not on the horizontal mode. Another friendly tip that I wanted to provide you is that as a content creator, whether you're filming it through a phone or a camera, your first few videos are going to be the worst ones, and I'm sure if you've been watching these kind of videos from another content creator, they would say the same as well, because the flow of your speech is not going to be as good, your lighting, your equipment, and every aspect of your YouTube studio is not going to be as professional as the other content creators who have been on the platform for a longer time. And that's why if you see my first few videos, they're terrible. The sound is up and down, the quality of the video changes in every clip, but be patient and keep learning, because the more and more videos that you create, it will get better and better with time. Stage 2 is gear. Now, when I say gear, I mean mic, lighting, and a stand or a tripod that you're going to need to get started filming your videos on your phone. Now, you could start recording without all these. Now, for example, with mic, you can start recording videos just using the mic that's on your phone. Lighting, you can use a natural light. If your setup is such a way that you get a lot of natural light, then you won't need an external light. Same way, if you have an old tripod, even if you just stacked up some books, you would be still able to angle it good enough so that you can actually start recording your videos. However, if your budget allows, you could get all these 3 accessories probably for about less than $100, which would really up your game, which will hopefully get you more followers. And however, please remember, the most important aspect of creating YouTube video is the content that you create. If your content is good, audience will still react and relate to your content and follow you. However, all these accessories will enhance the experience that your audience get. So let's discuss mics first. When you're filming with your phones, especially if you have an Android phone, there are a lot of easy options, because you could buy a 3.5mm microphone that connects directly to your phone. However, if you're using an Apple handset like me, either buy a microphone like that has been specifically made for iPhone so that it connects directly to the lightning port. If you buy a different form of mics like a lavalier mic, etc., there are accessories and cables that you can buy so that that you can make use of those as well. And I have created a video where I've specifically discussed the top 3 mics that I've tried in the last few months, and this video you see on the screen will be released very soon on the video. So once again, make sure that you sign up and subscribe to the channel. Next thing is the light that we discussed earlier. Again, as I said, if your setup is in such a way that you get a lot of natural light and you film at that time of the day, then it's perfectly fine. However, if the budget allows, you can buy a very popular ring light that a lot of YouTubers and content creators use. I'll make sure to include the link in the description so you can find out more about the light as well. How tripod or a stand, even without a tripod at an angle where it records perfectly, then it's fine. However, once again, as I mentioned earlier, these 3 basic accessories will definitely help you. It will allow you to create a much more better video for your audience. Stage number 3 is editing, which is one of the most hated and tedious job for any content creators. For most of the regular and big content creators, this is the first part of their content creation that actually they outsource on Upwork, etc. However, when you're new, it's very important that actually you learn it from ground level. So even if in future, if you find someone to edit them for you, you will be able to guide them the way you want them edited. If you have never done editing yourself, you'll find it hard to explain to as well, and you'll be at their mercy to kind of edit it the way they edit other people's video based on their experience. Now, since on this channel, I would be discussing anything and everything related to content creation right from your phone, I would be discussing all the options that you can use to edit on your phone. However, my personal experience and recommendation is that you should do the editing on the PC, laptop, or Mac that you have, because it makes it much more easier. Because when you try to do editing on the phone, especially for longer videos, it kind of strains your eye because of the size of the screen. However, if you are making smaller videos and you want to start editing on your phone, the options that you have, first of all, is if you got an iPhone, you got a free software which is iMovie. There's an app version as well that you can use to edit your videos. The other options are Lumafusion and Kinemaster. If you're editing on a PC or a Mac, you got options like iMovie, Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere. iMovie is of course free, and I would definitely recommend that you actually start with iMovie. Even though it has some limitations compared to obviously the advanced softwares like Final Cut Pro, it would be good enough for you to get started and learn the process. Once again, I will be creating lots and lots of videos, especially covering these kind of topics as well. So make sure you don't miss out on them. The last stage would be finalizing and uploading your video to the YouTube platform. Now, once your video is edited and ready to be uploaded, there are a lot of smaller tasks that you would need to kind of get through. One of the most important one would be creating a thumbnail for your video. There are several softwares and apps that you can use, especially if you're using a phone. The app that I use is called overapp. Make sure to include the link in the description. However, there are lots and lots of other softwares like Canva who have an app version as well. If you're using on desktop, then you can use Canva. That's one of the best one and most preferred one. You could also outsource thumbnail creation if you're not very comfortable with design stuff to freelancers on Upwork or Fiverr. They can create amazing thumbnails for a Fiverr for you. Personally, I would still recommend that you actually try and learn all these processes when you get started, so that you know in and out of creating a YouTube video. I personally love overapp a lot because it does lots and lots of stuff, different kind of graphic elements for Instagram, YouTube, channel art, etc. And I'll try to do a complete video on the overapp on the channel soon as well. If you're using a Mac or a PC to edit your videos, then definitely you should look at Canva as well, because it's one of the most popular desktop applications which people use for varied kind of content creation. So whether it's your channel art, creating an end screen, thumbnail, etc., Canva is the place to go. It also has pre-built elements which you can just modify and use it for your own videos. One of the biggest bonus tip I can actually provide you for anyone who's still watching this video is make sure you do a test video when you start recording video. So every time you start recording a video, create a 30-second clip before you actually start recording your main video, just to make sure that your microphone and everything is working fine. As we're not using a camera setup, which other content creators kind of set it up once and it's there, because once you're done with your recording, you usually take off your phone from the type of camera and you're using it around. You and me won't have a permanent setup just like someone who uses a camera to record the videos. So we have to make sure that every time we record a video, we make sure we do a test video. Now, lastly, I wanted to remind you is before you actually get started recording your videos, there's a lot of tasks that you will need to take care of before you actually hit that record button. So researching the topic that you're going to talk about. If you are someone who likes to kind of note down the key points that you're going to discuss, then try using softwares like Asana or a Google document where you list down all the points that you're going to discuss. You have to research the title for your video. Researching all these factors upfront allow you to create a better content and a content that actually people are searching for, rather than creating a content that might not be good enough for the audience. Also, if you wanted to make your videos a bit more professional, try to create an intro and an outro video. So once you've created that can be used over and over again with every video that you create. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps small creators like me, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out any upcoming content. That's all for this video, guys. Thanks for staying till the end, and I hope to see you in the next one.